In this mini-series, I will guide you through a full process of professional game design and what it takes to be a professional game designer. On top of solid game logic, you will learn to pitch and sell your ideas, to work with the right documentation for art, product and development teams, and to launch and monetize your product. Your game, watch this video and make a better one. I'm Isik Isin, your game director of trust. I'm in the gaming industry since 2012. I worked for companies like Azarian, BigPoint, Gameforge, Good Game Studios, Nexon. Impressive, right? Let's start with a simple, not so simple question. What is a game designer doing? Turning game ideas into concepts and turning concepts into design is the most essential task. But 90% of your work is to communicate your documentation in the right phase to the right people, and 10% of your work is the process of designing and maintaining your documentation based on the feedback of your team or user data. As a professional designer, you are not able to just create the game of your dreams. You are working with company goals, budget, technical requirements based on the team setting, and KPI, which is translated into problems in the game that need to be solved. You have to make sure that every segment of your game design documentation is realizable in time by the production team, mainly development and art. So you need to get their feedback in the early process. But no worries, there is no perfect. Even if you think you are done, someone will find an issue during the development for sure, and you'll maintain the game design documentation. This is absolutely standard, so calculate some buffer time and be happy that it didn't go live this way. On top of this, we are making sure that the game vision after changes still fits the product targets, so this will need intense communication with the product team. So what is a game designer doing? Converting ideas into true-to-fact bite-sized design nibbles for the project and making sure they are documented and executed right. Easy. Alright, what skills do I need? Strong communication and basic rhetoric. You need to explain your design to people with different technical backgrounds and convince them to put hours and hours of their work into it. Logic, systematic thinking and analytical thinking. Know what you are designing and why. To be good, you have to play a lot of different games and understand the systems. We don't reinvent the wheel. We use proven concepts. Thick skin and openness. Understand where the feedback is coming from and why. Respect every team member regardless of their discipline or seniority. You can't make this game alone. Creative folk are sensitive. It is hard to receive criticism, especially in front of many people or your boss. Get used to it. This will happen on a daily basis and it's totally fine. It is good. That means people are reading your documentation. More important is how professional you are receiving it. Pro tip: take your time to give an answer. This gives you control over the situation. You might remember that you've considered it already, or you simply didn't, and in this case, you can solve it right now. Say thank you and I'll check this later. You never have to justify. It is part of the process to discover issues with the team. Basic mathematical thinking. You are asking users for the most valuable thing they have: time. You need to know how much of their time you are asking for. We call this sessioning. Just do a short exercise and create a difficulty curve on Google Sheets for a simple RPG to get an understanding of how much time the player has to put in. English. People will hate me for this, but if you're not doing it in English, you're doing it wrong. All relevant books, companies and games are in English. The industry is international and small. Most companies and team members will not come from your country or speak your language. Coffee break! What are the tools of a game designer? Well, I could design a game on a napkin. All we do is writing some bullet points, simple flowcharts, some numbers and rough wireframes. So all we need are simple tools. But the software is depending on the team needs. Ideally, we use something that's shareable and multiple people can work on it simultaneously. Common tools for documenting are Confluence or different wikis or Google Docs. Documenting values like price, health points, and adding the formulas is done in Excel or Google Sheets. There are some additional balancing tools to make your life easier like Machination. Flowcharts, rough level design, wireframes in Figma, Balsamiq, Extra, Lucidchart or Google Drawings. 3D, 2D level design in SketchUp or editors like Unity, Unreal, Cry or other game development engines. For small projects, I love to work in Google Docs, Sheets and Drawings. It's for free. Multiple people can work at it at the same time and you can do it from your phone. All you need is a Gmail account. See the list of software in the description below. Okay. There was a lot of information. I guess you have a couple of questions. Just write it in the comments and I'll answer. The fact that you are still listening proves that you are really into this, and I would love to open the gates for the Guild of Game Designers. In the left video, I'll give you some taboo insights on salary and career path. In the right video, we'll start the workshop for professional designing a full game. The first part is about basic concepting and how to sell a game idea.